All right, so we're doing a deep dive into SEO, specifically keyword research, right? Using, the stuff you sent over. Should be interesting.
It's really the foundation of attracting the right audience online.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how do you get people to find you in that giant haystack of the internet?
It's kind of like, when you're setting a table for guests. You want to make sure you're putting out the food they'll actually enjoy.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, so in this case, the food is the words people are actually typing in. And speaking of, haven't we all used like the most basic SEO tool without even realizing it?
You mean good old Google?
Yeah, just
Hmm.
Google itself. You start typing something and it's like, bam, suggestions galore.
Right, right. Google Suggest. People might think it's just guessing, but it's actually giving you a peek into what other people are searching for. Real-time data, basically.
So, say I'm I don't know, a dog groomer. I want more furry clients, obviously. And I start typing in dog grooming, and Google's like, hold up, how about dog grooming at home? What's that telling me?
Well, it's telling you that people aren't just looking for any old grooming. They might be interested in that convenience factor, the at-home stuff, which as a groomer, you might not have even considered as a selling point.
That's true, and I got that info totally free. But, I mean, there are obviously more, I don't know, robust tools out there. You mentioned Google Keyword Planner. What makes that one so special?
So Keyword Planner, that's where you start getting into the nitty-gritty. You get hard numbers on search volume, like how many people are actually searching for that specific term every month. But it gets even cooler.
Cooler how? Tell me more.
Well, it also shows you the competition level. So you know if you're trying to rank for a keyword that a zillion other sites are already battling for.
So it's like, I want to be the popular kid, but not if the cool kids table is already full.
Exactly. You got to find that sweet spot, right? Keywords that people are searching for, but that aren't impossible to actually rank for.
Work smarter, not harder. I dig it. But you also mentioned that sometimes you want to go beyond the free stuff. The material you gave me had some other tools listed, like Moz Keyword Explorer and SEMrush. What makes them different?
It's like anything else. Sometimes you want a second opinion. Or, in this case, maybe a third and fourth opinion. They might catch something that the other tools missed.
Okay, give me an example though. What kind of things would these tools uncover that I might not see otherwise?
Well, sometimes they have more precise data on search volume, especially for, like, really niche stuff. Google's data is more of a broad overview. These tools are more granular.
So fewer people searching, but maybe they're more likely to actually be interested in what I'm offering.
You got it. Plus, they'll often give you a difficulty score, so you can kind of gauge how much of an uphill battle you're facing for certain keywords.
All right, so that's super useful. But can I ask, what about the competition? Can these tools help me, like, peek behind the curtain a bit?
Let's just say they give you some pretty good intel. You can see what keywords your competitors are using, their content, even how their websites are structured. All with an SEO lens, of course.
Whoa, that's kind of sneaky, but also very cool. So it's like knowing their game plan, but without, any ethical issues.
Exactly. And you can learn a lot from that, right?
Hmm.
Like you might realize you're missing out on some valuable keywords, or maybe your competitors are neglecting something that you could capitalize on.
Okay, that makes sense. But this just occurred to me. You could gather all these keywords, but if they're not even relevant to the people you're trying to reach, what's the point?
You'd just be attracting the wrong crowd. Like imagine a bunch of metalheads showing up to a polka concert.
Okay, yeah, not ideal.
Yeah.
So how do we make sure that doesn't happen?
That's where search intent comes in.
Search intent sounds kind of deep.
It's really not that complicated. It's basically just figuring out the why behind someone's search.
Hmm.
What are they actually hoping to find? Are they looking for information, trying to buy something, or just trying to get to a specific website?
So the same keyword could have like totally different meanings depending on the person.
Right. Think about the word pizza. Someone searching for best pizza near me is probably starving and ready to order, but someone searching for how to make pizza dough is looking for something totally different.
Yeah, that's a good example. One's hungry, one's about to get their hands dirty.
Yeah.
But how do you actually use that information?
Well, once you understand the intent, you can tailor your content to match. If someone wants to buy running shoes, you wouldn't send them to a blog post about the history of running shoes.
Right. Send them straight to the good stuff, the shoes.
Exactly. You got to give the people what they want when they want it. And the material you sent actually had a great tip for this. Look at the search results themselves.
Wait, what? Just Google it myself?
Yep. Type in your keyword and see what comes up. Are the top results? Product pages, blog posts, news articles? That'll give you some clues.
So if I'm targeting best dog toys, with a product page, but all the top results are blog posts reviewing dog toys.
That's a good sign that you might need to rethink your approach. You might need a review blog post of your own.
This is blowing my mind. So many layers. But also, it's kind of overwhelming.
But like anything else, it just takes practice. Start with brainstorming a list of keywords, the ones that feel most relevant to your business. Then you can use those tools we talked about, along with some good old-fashioned common sense, to narrow it down.
Think like your customer.
Yes. And don't forget, SEO is an ongoing thing. It's not a one-time deal. You got to stay curious, keep learning.
So I've done my research, I've channeled my inner Sherlock Holmes, figured out what people really want. Now what? How do I actually use these magical keywords to, actually see some results online? Lay it on me. How do we get from these keywords, which feel kind of like, ingredients, to actual measurable success online?
Okay, so imagine you're like decorating a room. You got all these great pieces of furniture, right? Your keywords are like that. They're important. But you wouldn't just throw them in any old way.
Please tell me we're not stuffing keywords into every nook and cranny of our websites anymore.
No, no, no. Google's way too smart for that now. It's all about quality content. Content that feels natural, that answers people's questions, and yeah, naturally incorporates your keywords along the way.
Because at the end of the day, we want actual humans to enjoy reading this stuff, not robots.
Exactly. You're trying to connect with your audience, give them something valuable. The keywords are just there to help people find that content in the first place.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So where do these keywords actually go? Like, give me some specifics.
Think about all the different places your business lives online. Your actual website content, blog posts if you have them, those little page titles and descriptions, even social media.
So it's about creating a consistent experience no matter where someone finds you.
You got it. And each of those places, those are opportunities to use your keywords strategically.
Strategically. Okay, it's not just like randomly.
Right. You don't want to overdo it. It's got to feel natural.
Yeah.
But there are definitely ways to optimize each piece of content so that Google's like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing here, and shows it to the right people.
This is reminding me of that whole thing about understanding search intent, making sure you're giving people what they actually want.
Totally. It all ties together. You got to understand who you're trying to reach, what they're looking for, and then use your keywords to make that connection happen.
Wow, this has been really eye-opening. I feel like I need to go back and rethink my entire online presence now.
Well, that's the first step, right?
Yeah.
Recognizing that there's always room for improvement. And the great thing about SEO is it's always evolving. There's always something new to learn.
Which I guess is a good thing, right? Keeps things interesting. So for those of you who are just diving into this whole world of SEO and keyword research, remember, it's a journey. Don't get overwhelmed. Just take it one step at a time. And who knows, maybe you'll unearth some hidden treasure along the way.